Welcome to BitMart's live AMA session with metal-backed money. I'm Jason from BitMart, and today we have Kent, the advisor to metal-backed money and View It platform, here with us today. Thank you for joining us. Kent was a crypto banker and blockchain programming advisor for 11 years. He's been traveling around the world talking about blockchain programming and remittance. Now, from what I've heard, this is his last job, and he just wants to help the unfortunate people around the world. And that's why he's calling this the people's money. We'll get to dive into that a little later. You can see on their website, you can dive more into what MBMX is all about. And there's this built-in stop loss mechanism. The rules for the EMA haven't changed. Ask questions, and if your question is selected, win up to $40 worth of MBMX each. We have 4 ways to participate. 2 are on YouTube, 2 are on Twitter. Please read the video description for details. Okay, first question we have for you, just tell us about metal-backed money. Where did the idea come from, and why did you create this project?
Well, it started long ago. I am married to Fifi Aloui. She is an actress, and she's from West Africa and from Lebanon. So we wanted to help the unfortunate people around the world. We want to do something good for them. And we saw a documentary on some kids running gold mines in Ghana and other places where they dive into the water to pick out gold. And well, I'm from Denmark, so I was thinking, Grundfos, Danfoss, some pumps, some equipment, go to Africa, install all of this, get their parents to work instead of the kids, and send the kids to school. If they go to school, we raise the limit, we raise the bar. They will have a better chance in life to get an education. And I don't think that child labor should be legal. That's really why we are doing this. The unfortunate, they always need help. And we had a remittance company years ago, so there we was dealing with a lot of immigrants in different countries. So we have a lot of background on what's happening around the world. We want to help South America. We want to help Africa. We want to help parts of Asia. We want to help where people need it. We want to help people in the United States who doesn't have an income. If we can, push them to do things. That's what it's all about. The reason why we call this the people's money is that we have put in this project here a way to take out more than $2 billion to spend around the world. Spend on poor people, on amazing projects, on homes for mothers with children, and so on. You can read the moneywithoutborders.club, or you can read the metal-backed.money or MBMX.finance. Go check it out for yourself and see what we do. It's lovely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So there's definitely a huge part of this project goes to charity, but it's an amazing project. But if you could just highlight how is it different to other projects that have like similar angles?
Well, there is a couple of like gold coin projects where you can buy an ounce of gold for 1,700. I think that's great. That's it's easier than to go to a shop and buy an ounce. I suppose it's like using Amazon instead of a supermarket. But is that really an investment? I mean, how much is gold last year? How much will it be next year? If you invest $1,700 and keep it there for like a year, what will you gain? $100 or lose $100? It's somewhere around there. Our coin started the 5th of August in CoinSpeed India with $25, and now we are trading at $750 in 6 months, exactly tomorrow. Tomorrow we have been working for 6 months, and our coin have gone up. You can do the math from 25 to 750.
Right. And I think we're seeing your community that the value has gone up quite a bit, and we're seeing your community comparing this to MBMX, to BTC and ETH. Could you tell
Well,
us? Yeah, go ahead.
calm down a little. I know that my people love our coin. It's always like that in any community. The Shibu, Inu, whatever. Everybody loves where they invest, and I admire that. I really admire that. We are not anywhere near Bitcoin and won't be for a long time. But remember, Bitcoin have been here for 13 years or 12 years, right?
Mhm.
Where are metal-backed money in 12 years? Absolutely nobody knows, but it could. The way I see it, there's only 10 million coin minted. That will never grow. So the way I see it, just based on that and based on gold and platinum behind it, I see a very good development. I don't know if it'll be near Bitcoin or past Bitcoin or whatever it'll do, or Ethereum. I don't want to compare that right now. Let's talk about that in a couple of years or 3 years, and let's see where we are at that point. We're brand new. We've been in America for 11, 12 days.
Right.
I'm very happy with everything we have done so far. Give it time. It's your saving account. That's the way I look at it. MBMX is really a holding account, a savings account, because you have real value. And as you mentioned before, there is a stop loss algorithm because we can afford it. We have real gold and platinum, not bytes. Bitcoin is purely based on bytes. So if the Wi-Fi disappears all over the world at the same time, and the central banks don't like Bitcoin very much, it can easily crash because it is what it is. It was an amazing experiment. I think that Bitcoin was an eye-opener for the world economy 12, 13 years ago. People didn't realize it before 2017 around. Remember that Christmas, it went up like crazy to $17,000. That's when Bitcoin came on the map for real. So we just came on the map. So let's wait and see.
Right. Awesome. Of course. So your timeline was 3 years later, and then we'll come back and reevaluate. And I see that MBMX is backed by assets. I got a little tagline here, the crypto gold and platinum standard. Can you give us more details on the assets that back MBMX?
Yes, it's in-ground assets in Texas, and we are acquiring more mines, as I told you before. At some point, when we will implement on Ethereum, because MBMX is running on Ethereum. When we get to such a point and we have mined sufficient gold and platinum that we can put in a security deposit and get some certificates on it, I want to implement that on Ethereum to show a value on the coin on Ethereum. Not based on crypto prices from BitMart or KuCoin or Binance or BitMart. No. The real value, to put in a real value on the Ethereum network. They didn't agree to do that yet. They say, let's wait and see. You know how it is. But one day we will get that done, because it should be reflected on the network that we are running on.
Makes sense. And you have a good, amazing background in blockchain tech. What sort of challenges have you faced along the way?
Endless. First of all, we had to make a UV test. You know, that test that makes the difference. Is this a security token or is it a utility token? So we had our legal team to make that test. And the test was written and based on MBMX is, let's say, a smart contract running on blockchain. MBMX can, as such, not change the future price on gold and platinum. Everybody can agree to that, right? So what we are a delivery system like FedEx. So because we are FedEx, we are utility. no matter how many coins we sell and how expensive we sell them, we can never change the price of gold. We will never be that big because that's the most liquid market on the planet. There's no way we can influence that. And based on that, the attorney says, then it's a utility. So that was the biggest problem, and I was very happy we got over that. Then next thing is marketing and how to build communities and how to get the word out. And that we are still amateurs. We are still like feeling our way because we are new. But we will manage that too. We will get a very big community because of the View It platform. When we start our TV series with MBMX, I am absolutely certain that our Instagram account will have 100 million followers in a very short time. And that's where the real test is coming. When you have a lot of people in your community and they hold, then you know what happens to the price of the coin. You can see that with Bitcoin as an example.
That's great. I'm excited to see this project just go off, and I've heard some exciting news that I'm looking forward to. Is that MBMX is going to be featured in the Hollywood spotlight. Can you share more details on that with us?
Yes, we have 2 shows that MBMX is going to be the mega star in, beside from the live Hollywood actors. We have one show called the Series of Crypto, World Series of Crypto, where you use the MBMX to trade. And the winner of that show, there will be 1,500 traders in Vegas, and they will be in Ryder Stadium. There will be 65,000 people watching them. They will each pay $10,000, and the winner from that show will walk away with $15 million. That will give some exposure. Then the next thing is sporting bets, World Series of Sporting Bets. And the MBMX will be the buy-in money. And then they just go and bet on golf, tennis, football, soccer, any sport, you name it. We have several videos out on that on our social media, so they can check our metal-backed money Instagram account with 400,000+ followers, and they can see plenty of videos and materials there. And then we're going to make a series. Jonathan Sanger will be the producer. He made like Mission Impossible. And the idea is that will be 30 episodes, played 10 episodes a year over the next 3 years. That will make us a household name. That will absolutely bring us way up there, because that show will be sold to foreign markets, will be shown everywhere in the United States. There will be a viewing platform on that project, or all 3 projects, on more than 1 billion, up to 1.5 billion people in the world watching this. So I know one thing, it took at least 5-6 years to make Bitcoin a little bit famous. Now it's very famous, right? But it didn't have any TV shows and anything else. When we start this, I think we will bring, forget about Ethereum and Bitcoin, but our work will actually help a ton of these small tokens, because people will start to accept that crypto is something you can use to pay for your online shopping, whatever. So again, it's about helping the unfortunate. So these 10,000 mini coins will also grow and be more accepted, because we will become a household name. Just like Bitcoin now is helping a lot of small coins.
Right. Yeah, that's very exciting news. Just coming back to the token a little bit, MBMX is a pretty interesting token for traders because of its built-in stop loss. But could you just tell us what that means?
That's the thing we are building. I told you before on Etherscan, where we want to put in gold and platinum deposits to have a real value on the Etherscan network. And that is the stop loss. Is it $50? Is it $400? What is the stop loss value? We know that when we have made the deposits, but there will be a stop loss. And that means that we will have more value than most coins, because in the end of the day, you are guaranteed a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a new thing in crypto. I have not seen this stop loss philosophy in other coins.
Mm-hmm. And your slogan, the people's money, what does that mean? What does that mean for the people?
Well, BitMart have a lot of Chinese influence, and me too. So when I was young, I always remembered the people's money, like that was in China, that was Chinese money, that was the people's money. Or in Russia, in all these, when it was like kind of communism, it was the people's money. The reason why I call it the people's money, it's because we want to help poor people, unfortunate people. So it's their money. If we give it away, if more than 2 billion is given away for development in Africa and South America and everywhere else, it is the people's money. And they can use it for remittance. They can use it for anything they want.
Right. And just the highlights on your roadmap. You guys have been trading on the Indian exchange CoinSpit for the last 7 months before you guys came on to BitMart. Like you said, it's
6
been
months,
live for
right.
yeah.
6
and
months.
6 months. Okay. Yeah, you're right. And Coins Market Cap, CoinGecko, what's in store for the future?
Now, after a little while, we will go to an Asian exchange, so that we cover China, America, Europe, India. That's our phase 1. Phase 1 will run for 2 years. After 2 years, let's say not this Christmas, next Christmas, yes, in 23, then I think we have done all the steps on our roadmap. We have done all the steps with Ethereum, and automatically that will list us on Coinbase. Then we'll go on Coinbase, and then game over, it's finished. If you're on Coinbase and on another 5 exchanges, other exchanges will list us without even asking us, right? So that's how I see it. But I know that when we have the value on the Ethereum network, when that is done, then everybody come.
What about something a little more short term? Like what can we expect to see this year in 2022?
Well, we start our first TV this year. So I think that you will see MBMX. This is not financial advice. Really listen to this. I'm not telling you, I'm not promising anything, but I believe deep in my heart that MBMX will run to 2000 before Christmas. That's the best of my knowledge. I've seen what it has done 10 days in New York. Give it a little bit more time. There is so much potential in this coin that when the traders, they find it and they see how they can make money here, they will just run after it. And it's much nicer to look at coins that cost $1,000 instead of counting 0.00000034. I can't even calculate the value of that. I know that I eat a coffee, I take a coffee and a cookie down, on the street, but I need a few coins of that to buy that coffee and cookie.
Yeah. We got our first question from our audience, from Father Elijah. It says, browsing the MBMX website, I came across that the stop loss protocol that prevents the value of MBMX from falling below the price of gold and platinum on the market. Actually, you've already kind of covered this, how this algorithm works. But according to the tokenomics, which he found on your website, The full circulation of the MBMX supply is estimated to take place in 2024 and 2025. So 3 to 4 years from now, what impact will this have on the price?
In 3-4 years from now, the coin will reach the value of the company's value. So if the company have a value on 30 billion, the coin will have a value on 30 billion divided by 10 million. I mean, people will look at the coin and look at the company and look at the annual report, and they will figure out what is it worth. Maybe they will add some, maybe a little bonus will be added. The coin will be worth actually more than it is in pure physical gold. Who knows? I just know that you buy MBMX, you put it in a peak DeFi wallet, you earn 35% a year. You don't look at your investment, you just wait. That's, to the best of my knowledge, the smartest move with MBMX.
Right. Our next question from Oscar, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You guys have an NFT section on your website. So what does this NFT program bring us? How should we compare that to other NFT programs in the ecosystem?
Nothing. It's not developed proper. Forget about it. Even I don't fully understand it. I know that we are talking with the OpenSeas. I know we were talking with an African group called Hascreed. They are nice people, but we are not going the NFT route very deep before we have finished our peak DeFi, our investment program. The NFT program, I believe that NFTs in 2, 3, 4 years will be a payment method. It'll be your new Visa card. I think NFTs will become a payment platform and not some funny little beanie jokes running around in 10 different colors shining. NFTs, the smart contract is amazing. I mean, it can do many things. So let's see. It's something we're working on. We took it a lot more serious half a year ago than we do now. But then we saw the whole market. We saw how the Ethereum gas prices killed absolutely everything in that market. We couldn't charge $10 for a free NFT in gas prices, or $12. Yes, so we don't have the marketing skills for NFTs. Let's be honest. We know all about banking. We know all about how to make interest on your MBMX. We know how to keep the price safe and grow. And NFTs, we will learn in time. We will put a team together that really understands it. And I think that how it looks now, it will be OpenSea.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's good to know your strengths and what you should be prioritizing first. Yeah, I mean, definitely talk to me then, because I'm advising a couple NFT projects, and we're seeing this space change quite a bit. The utilities are definitely shifting places every 1 or 2 months or so. We're adding a lot more layers with NFTs, like stuff that you can do in DeFi. So when you're going to that route, maybe I have connections that I can help.
We will put a good team together. The thing about technology is that an old guy like me, don't put him in front of an NFT program because it won't develop. I won't get it. But put these young, smart kids in front of it, come to me and ask for advice and how to be safe economically. That's me. I will protect you. But the crazy ideas, bring the young kids in, because there's really a lot of things to be done. And we will find a team. We will talk about that later, Jason. Be sure about that.
Absolutely. Great. Our next question from Afsar Khan. He just wants to know if he can, because the price has gone so high, if he can just invest in a minimum like $10 or less. I know the answer to this, but maybe you want to emphasize how that
Maybe
works.
you tell me the answer, because I don't know what is the fee cost on BitMart, etc., etc. Buy as little as you can. Try it out. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. You can buy like less than $1 worth if you wish. That's also all possible on BitMart, and it's available since January.
Okay.
Yeah. Our next question from Sehar. People's money is a strong emphasis. So if you have this as a concept, will there be a DAO mechanism for people to sort of decide their future about the money? Any plans on that?
Sorry. I actually didn't hear that. Can you repeat that? We had a disturbance in here.
Oh, no worries. So will there be a DAO mechanism for MBMX? It's a sort of like a voting system. Like a bunch of people, like 100, let's say 100 people, 1,000 people hold MBMX in different proportions. They get to kind of vote on, like you have maybe 4 different things that you want to accomplish in the next 3 months, and then they get to help decide what happens next, or what gets built, or they get to make suggestions.
When we have 50,000 people on Etherscan, on the Ethereum network, not on the exchanges like in India and in America. When we have token holders on the Ethereum network, 50,000 plus, we put in our value. Then the idea is that we are going to develop an app, which is People's Money, MBMX. And within that app, we are going to ask the community of ideas how to progress, what is new, what can we do. So we will definitely have a big consortium where they can vote. It's blockchain, it's easy to vote, it's simple. So yes, of course we will do that. It is people's money. We are here to help people. So if we are not that smart or that creative, and somebody comes with a really good idea, why shouldn't we take it? We are very open. This is a community project. This is for people. So yes, we are very open.
Awesome. Our final and last question we have from our audience from Pindan Among Santono. Does your project have CSR contributed so that investors believe in your responsibility to create tokens and invest in your projects? So CS, like corporate social responsibility, because you mentioned like this angle for helping poor people or less unfortunate. Do you guys have sort of like that track record that where you've already donated to certain charities, things like that?
That's how I started. Go to moneywithoutborders.club, read all about Afifi Aloui and her work, and you will see that will explode in 2-3 years. There will be so many projects going on because Money Without Borders have to spend more than $2 billion or $2 billion in helping people. That is not metal-backed money. We don't have the infrastructure, but Money Without Borders have it. That's why we work with Money Without Borders. It's our, let's say, preferred non-profit. But if there's another non-profit going on in Africa, let's say Melinda Gates, she's doing something there and she have a great project and need 100 million, we will talk and get it done. So it's not just Money Without Borders, but that's what we prefer at the moment.
Great. Yeah, that's all the time we have for today. MBMX has been available on BitMart since January. Read up on Metal-backed money at metalbacked.money. Follow their social so you don't miss out on the upcoming Hollywood Grid show called Crypto. And it'll also be exclusive on the VWIT platform. That's all, guys. Thank you, Kent, for coming on, and thanks everyone for participating.
Thank you very much, MBMX future holders. I hope you come and visit the BitMart Exchange and get to know us. Start with $1 or 1,000, anything you want. Follow us, follow our Telegram groups and everywhere else to get more information. One of the guys who asked a question today, Father Eli, I actually chat with him from time to time on Telegram. So I
Oh,
remembered
that's
that
awesome.
name.
Oh, very
Yes.
good. Good. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the people's money for the people. Go check them out. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, guys.